That squirrel in your yard right now? It's not just eating nuts and chasing its tail. It's running one of the most sophisticated survival operations of any animal on the planet. And it's doing all of it between your flower pots, under your bird feeder, and in the oak tree you've walked past 1,000 times without a second thought. 5 things you didn't know about the squirrel that lives at your place. And by the end of this, you're going to look at it completely differently. You've probably watched a squirrel bury something and thought, cute, maybe even smiled at it. Here's what was actually happening. That squirrel knew you were watching, and it was lying to you. Squirrels perform what researchers call deceptive caching, fake burials. They dig a hole. They go through the ritual of placing something inside, patting the dirt back down, smoothing it over, and there's nothing there. The real nut is somewhere else entirely. And here's the part that should make you feel something. They do this more often when they know they're being observed. Studies out of Sussex University in England confirmed it. Squirrels actively adjust their deception based on who's watching. The more eyes on them, the more elaborate the fake-out. Think about what that means. It's not random behavior. It's not instinct. That animal is reading the situation, identifying a potential threat to its food supply, and running a Your yard isn't just a place it lives in. It's a chessboard. And you've been sitting at the board this whole time, without realizing there's a game going on. Here's where it gets actually staggering. In a single autumn season, one gray squirrel, just one, can bury up to 10,000 individual food caches. Spread across your yard, your neighbor's yard, the park 2 streets over, under roots, behind rocks, in soil. It has to judge by texture and drainage. 10,000 locations. Remembered. And it's not just remembering where. Researchers at UC Berkeley found that squirrels organize their caches by nut type, quality, and size, essentially building a mental map that's sorted and categorized. They call it chunking. It's the same cognitive strategy humans use to memorize complex information. There's more. Squirrels also remember which caches they've already retrieved, so they're not just storing, they're tracking inventory in real time. In a brain the size of a walnut. Now here's the thing that really got me. Squirrels don't find their buried nuts by smell. That's the myth. They navigate by memory and spatial landmarks. Your fence post, your garden statue, the corner of your shed. Those aren't just things in your yard. They're waypoints in a living map that exists entirely inside a squirrel's head. Your yard is its filing cabinet, and it knows exactly where everything is. 10,000 locations. Remembered. Your yard is its filing cabinet, and it knows exactly where everything is. Watch what happens next time a squirrel freezes in your yard. 1 second it's moving, next second, statue. Completely still. Not confused, not resting. Reading the room. Squirrels have learned to eavesdrop on the alarm calls of other species, and not just vaguely respond to noise. They've learned to decode them. A blue jay's sharp alarm means aerial predator, hawk incoming. A robin's low cluck means ground threat. Your squirrel hears those calls and responds differently to each one. And it goes both ways. Birds listen to squirrels too. When a squirrel makes its own alarm chatter, the birds in your yard go silent and scatter. What you're actually looking at when you watch your backyard is a cross-species early warning network that's been operating for thousands of years. Every animal out there, the chickadees, the robins, your squirrel, They're all sharing threat intelligence in real time. Your backyard has a surveillance system you didn't install, you don't maintain, and you can't turn off. It runs 24 hours a day, and it's been there the whole time. Not every nut gets dug up. For all its memory genius, a squirrel forgets, or sometimes deliberately abandons, somewhere between 25 and 74% of its caches, depending on the study. Those forgotten nuts don't just rot, they germinate. Oak forests across North America, stretching thousands of miles, spread largely by squirrels. Not by wind, not by water, by small animals that buried something, got distracted, and never came back. Here's a way to feel this in your own yard. Walk out there and look at your trees, the ones that seem a little randomly placed. Not planted in a row, not placed with intention. Just there, growing in an odd spot. There's a real chance that tree is there because a squirrel in your yard or a squirrel's ancestor buried an acorn and forgot about it. You've been living next to the result of a squirrel's bad memory for years, maybe decades. They're not visitors passing through. They're landscapers operating on a timescale that spans generations. Without the invoice, without the consultation, and without asking your permission, some of what you think of as your yard is actually theirs.